welcome to Radio Sensation. And today I'm going to be looking at two reprint comics, Chilling Tales number 13 and number 15. And the reason for that is that Tomorrow's Publishing is going to be putting out a book on Matt Fox, the artist who did the covers for these books. He's one of my favorites. He did a lot of great illustrations for the pulps and also for the pre-code horror comics. He did other work too, but that's what I'm mostly interested in, and I'm hoping that that's what Tomorrow's book is chock full of. And so these two books here actually came with, these are reprint books, they're not originals. They came with some reproductions of the covers. I wouldn't usually buy, I don't collect a lot of prints and stuff like that. I mostly just collect the books. But let me show you this. Let me make sure the glare's off there. There you go. I actually got these for 75% off. So it's about what I would have paid for the comics alone. And so here's these prints of these great Matt Fox monster covers. And I'll put them underneath the camera and we'll take a closer look at them. So what do you say we dive in? Again, this is all in preparation for Tomorrow's book. It's coming out late summer 2023 on the great art of Matt Fox. Okay, so here we are with this reproduction of Chilling Tales number 13. I should point out, this is a great cover. It's got a ghoul robbing a grave, pulling a bloody corpse out of a broken up coffin, it looks like. Terrific artwork. I know that Matt Fox is one of those guys that a lot of people really love. A lot of people think he's too primitive and too cartoony. When it comes to horror comics, it's hard to tell you exactly what moves me. I can try and analyze why one comic appeals to me, even if it's not well drawn or well written. Whereas other books, like a lot of the, most people would say that the EC books are well written and certainly well drawn comics. But the ratio of comics I like in the ECs is not much higher than in a lot of other comics. I just, something being well done technically is not enough to move me. And some of these things, but like I said, Tomorrow Press is doing a book on his artwork. So, I'm not alone in thinking that his work is really worth seeing. It's a lot of fun. It's very distinct, and his monster designs are just really terrific. Let's go ahead and take a look at the story inside. The story that's in here, the Hand of Glory, does not have anything to do with that cover. But this story is by Matt Fox. So there's no story in here that goes along with this scenario, by the way. But like I said, this is made by Fox. He's definitely the artist. I'm not really sure if he wrote it or not, but let's go ahead and read this thing real quick. The Hand of Glory, a dreadful relic of the dead. The Hand of Glory, torn from the arm of an executed criminal as he swung from the chains, held a waxen taper made with the fat of a human heart. The taper meaning a type of candle made from the fat of a human heart. Its eerie light, which protected the evildoer from all harm, shone straight from the depths of hell. So in other words, when you've got this Hand of Glory, no harm can befall you. So here these guys, seem to be robbing these gentlemen of a chest of gold, and they're helpless to stop them. So, a stormy night in Yorkshire in the fall of 1824, as two muffled figures galloped towards a deserted crossroads. Have we far to go? There's a storm brewing. It is only a little way now, old Jem will be glad to see us. Crack. See, there he swings. I told you he wouldn't disappoint us. Let's get on with it. I don't like it here. Dismounting, one of the men climbs the creeping gallows. I'll feel a lot better when we're done. The dead don't like to be disturbed. Bah, old Jem must be lonely swinging up there. After all, we're old friends. Ah, Jem, it looks like you're going to do us more good dead than alive. Reaching the body, the man ghoulishly severs the corpse's right hand. You'll never miss it, Jem, and there'll be less of you to burn in Hades. All right, Tom, let's go. I can feel the devil breathing on my neck. Get up there. Crash. With their grisly trophy safe, the two gallop off as if the hounds of hell were after them. Returning to their hideout, the two work far into the night, concocting a gruesome and mystic mixture. It's done, Tom. Get the mold, quick. Aye, 'tis the master of darkness' own brew. Are you sure it will work? As sure as I am that you are by my side, Tom. You'll see. From this time on, we are safe. Whoever be asleep when the candle is lit will stay asleep, and those who be awake fall into a trance. But what if it should go out? None can put it out. Only blood can do that. Come on, we shall try it this very night. That is one evil-looking son of a bitch. 'Tis well, I have need of gold. Many were the evil deeds committed through the use of the horrible hand, until at last, he's riding into the forest. Shoot him down. Stop, ye thieving blackguard. No use following him. We'll never find him in there. Blasted highwayman. He's got clean away. Well, he'll hang someday. But it was not to be. In a tiny cottage not far away, the highwayman is dying from a bullet. They may have got me, but they'll never get the hand of glory. All right, Jem. I'm coming to see you again, this time for good. 120 years later, as two hobos seek shelter in an abandoned cottage in Yorkshire. There's a place, Bill. Let's get in there. Right. We'll drown if we stay out here. It's an abandoned shack. We can sleep here. Let's get a fire going. I'm soaked. Later. It's good to be warm again, eh? Yeah. Oh, hey! His foot goes down through the floor, hole in the floor. Hey, Bill, look, buried treasure. We're blimey, we're rich. When the box is opened, what kind of treasure is this? Somebody been grave robbing? Just our luck. We are in luck. This is the hand of glory. Our fortune is made. Using their gruesome find, the pair commit theft after theft. Some months later, this is the life. We're almost rich enough to retire. We will be after our next job. Look at this. What is it? An article about Thaddeus Flint, the gem collector. He keeps £1 million worth of jewelry in his house. We have a date with him tomorrow night. The following night at the Flint mansion, we're in. I thought this place was well guarded. So did I. I'll get the hand ready. Hurry, Bill. I don't like it. It's too quiet. What did you expect in the middle of the night? A reception? As Bill lights the grisly taper, raise your hands. A guard. Hand of glory, shed thy light. Let those who rest more deeply sleep. Let those who awake their vigils keep. I said raise your... He won't bother us anymore, and neither will anyone else in this house. Whew, that was close. Protected by the hand of evil, the two calmly blow open the safe. They stand right in front of the blast. That does it. Come on, let's get the loot. Ow, I cut my hand. Here, you hold I'll hold the hand. You get the jewels. Blasted door. That edge is as sharp as a razor. Look out, you're bleeding on the candle. Look out. The light is turning green. It's moving. The hand, it let go of the candle. Grab what you can. Let's get out of here. Don't worry, you couldn't keep me here with wild horses. But as they turned to flee, "I can't move! Get me out of here! Help! I want my hand!" Ah! And somehow, two right hands reach up to strangle each of them. And so they were found the next morning. Each of them had their right hand missing. Old Jem had reclaimed his hand, but what had happened to theirs? That would make more sense if they were using their own hands to strangle themselves, and then they disappeared. But what have you. So that's pretty good. Not enough monster action for my liking, and quite frankly, I really rarely count a ghost as a monster. Matt has drawn this one well enough that I kind of let him get away with it. But so that's that story. So let's go over to Chilling Tales number 15, and here he's got. I don't know. Are these creatures taking him to it looks like they're going to take him somewhere and hang him and then bury him, because they've got a shovel there, they've got a hangers and noose and gallows there. Again, this cover is not in the book, but there is a monster that kind of looks like this creature here. And this is by the guy who did most of the stories, illustrated, and I guess wrote most of the stories in these books, is called Harry Harrison. I'm not sure what his real name is. Probably someone knows it. I'm sure that's not his real name. But so I'm going to read this story because, first off, this has more monster action. And that's what we're all here for. At least that's what I'm always here for. And like I said, this monster at least resembles a little bit the creatures on the front. This is called The Monster. Out of the pit came a thing of horror, searching for human prey. Few knew of the existence of the beast of terror, spawned in the slime of age-old evil. But those who did know turned faint with fear at the very mention of its name. I mean, if its name is just Monster. A shipping concern along the waterfront of a coastal city. Let's try not to get too specific, okay? Make it more relatable to all the readers. Look at this headline. These newspapers will do anything for circulation. They sure will. Look at that scare head. Scare, I guess, means scare headline. City terrified. Maniac killer still free. I'm too tired to worry about things like that. I'm heading for home and bed. I've had a hard day. You better be careful, Joe. The killer is supposed to hang around the waterfront. He'll be coming after you. Huh. If I see that lunatic, I'll take him with one hand. Good night, Sam. Good night. See you tomorrow. Outside the office, Joe picks his way across the dark, dank, fog-filled gloom that engulfs the waterfront. Brr! It's nasty tonight. The dampness creeps right into my bones. Look at that son of a gun. Seconds later, a thing of horror leaps from the darkness, and with it comes the putrid smell of death. I'll be glad when I get home. Ah! Help! Help! Ah! As Joe's cries weaken, a pier guard runs up. Somebody's in trouble. There they are. Help! What the? So he's firing shots. What the? I must have hit him. The fog is ruining my aim. No, don't go after it. It will destroy you. The mark of the cowl. Is that what it says? Cowl or callow? It's impossible. It can't be. Not here in America. Now, this wound that's on his neck, these faces look pasted on here. Like maybe they changed the artwork on this for whatever reason. Because that head definitely looks like that tear there looks more like, oh, that's where they're going to cut the line and paste on a new face. And that face looks like it was changed too. And that was, I wouldn't say common, but it's not unheard of for stuff like that to happen in these older books, for somebody at the last minute in the editorial office to change things. So maybe it was too gory in the original. I mean, that looks like his head's been torn off and thrown back on. But when the police and reporters arrive, what's your name? What happened here? My name is Leo Pashenko. I'm the guard at this pier. You won't believe me when I tell you about it. This man was killed by a cald. I guess it's cal. I guess that's a D. A tear from out of hell itself. When I was a child, I lived in Serbia. I often heard of such monsters. Now take it easy. This has been a little too much for you. No, you must listen. These beasts assume human shapes to get the blood necessary to keep them alive, like the vampire. Okay, maybe you better go home and get a little rest. I'll talk to you tomorrow. If you will only listen, this monster must be destroyed before he kills any others. I alone know how to do it. I know how. Sure. Now go on home and don't bother me. I'll see you in the morning. You'll be fine by then. As Leo makes his way home through the darkened streets, I was a fool to speak. I should have known they would never believe me. Don't be alarmed. I'm one of the reporters covering the murder. I heard your story. I'd like to talk to you. Whew, you nearly scared me to death. What do you want? I couldn't say anything back there, but I believe what you told me. I, too, come from Serbian parents. I have heard of the cald. Then you know the danger that exists as long as it roams loose. I'm going to send it back to the darkness that spawned it. I want to help you. Good. We will go to my rooms. There we will prepare charms, such as my mother made, to protect the wearer from evil. Then we will be ready to destroy this beast of horror. They prepare the charms in the next move of their daring task. With these charms, it will not be able to harm us. Now we must find the grave of the victim who perished the other night. That's easy. I've been covering the story since this reign of terror began. I have a list of all the victims and where they were buried. This is good. We will start at once, but first we must stop by for spades and a lamp at the dock. All right, but let's not underestimate the power of the monster. It is deadly. As the bell tolls midnight, the two reach the cemetery where the last victim lies. Quick, over the wall. If we're seen, all is lost. I'm coming. As they steal through the shrubbery, they are heard. The watchman, get down. Shh, he's heard us. If we are to accomplish what we set out to do, we must get him out of the way. But how? Like this. Stop, you're killing him. Are you crazy? Let him go. Now he will be quiet. Now he cannot disturb us. Easy, this thing is beginning to get to you. Calm down. When the reporter finally regains his control, he'll be all right. I guess I lost my head. Let's go find the grave. All right, come on. This looks like it. Yes. This is the grave. Give me the spade. Here. When you're tired, I'll take over. Okay, the faster we work, the sooner we're done. An hour later, I'm beat. How about you taking a turn? Okay, hop out and I'll dig for a while. When they change places, you did well. Another foot or so and we'll have reached the coffin. Yes, the coffin. We are almost done. Working desperately, Leo finally uncovers the coffin. I've uncovered it. Open it, hurry. It is open. Throw down the charm we prepared. At last. Didn't you hear me? Throw it down. I heard you, but I won't throw it down. Then, as Leo watches, the reporter changes before his eyes into the repulsive thing of evil and terror. The cald. You are the cald. Yes, the cald. You can't touch me. I'm protected by the charm. Fool, your charm will not work. I left one thing out. The one thing that would have saved you. Now you will die like the others, and my secret dies with you. Help! Ah! The next day, they find Leo in the open grave, a look of awful terror on his face. It's the work of that maniac, all right. Perhaps he did know something. We'll never know until the murderer is caught. But who will catch him? Who is there that knows the truth? And who will the next victim be? You? So I like that one. That's got a lot of monsters. Doesn't have anything to do with the cover by Fox. Seems to have a little more to do with this cover. Except that monster doesn't really dig up people for blood and stuff. Anyway, I hope that gives you a little idea, gets you a little interested. Check out the Tomorrows, Too Morrows, website. and look through their publications. They publish a lot of stuff. I've covered a bunch of their magazines in one of my old videos. This book should be terrific. It's an artist that really deserves a nice book. I'm not saying, I don't know if this is going to be the definitive book I'd like it to be, but it should definitely be worth getting. Okay? Thanks very much.